In the first part of this series, we looked at the topic of offline backups. Today, we're taking it one step further towards online backup. Sometimes an external hard drive just isn't enough. For example, when you want to back up your data to another location or automatically sync it between multiple devices. This is exactly where Rsync, FTP, and SMB backup come into play. All three technologies are already integrated into your NAS and offer secure and convenient ways to regularly back up your data over a local network and, above all, automatically. Let's start with Rsync, short for Remote Sync. The protocol is most effective in a Linux environment, meaning from server to server, or in our case, if you have a second NAS and want to use it as a backup server, from NAS to NAS. Whether that's within the same network or even at a different location over the internet. Both devices are set up as Rsync server and Rsync client and require different settings in ADM. The server, or the endpoint of the backup, is our external NAS. There, under Services, we need to 1. Enable Rsync, and 2. Share the folder we created as a backup folder. In other words, we create a new backup module. In our internal NAS, which we use as the client, we need to configure other settings in ADM. First, under Services, we also need to activate Rsync. Then we create a new job in Backup Central. First, enter the login credentials and IP address. Then choose the type of backup and define the source and destination folders. At the end, we can set how often it should sync: daily, weekly, or once per month. Everything is possible and fully automatic. Important are the settings at the end. Archive mode should be enabled so that only changed files are copied. Also, you should select to keep extra files in the target folder. If that is turned off and the source and destination folders are not exactly the same, then all the differing files will be deleted during backup. Let's continue with SMB backup. This is especially useful if you're working with systems that aren't Linux, because SMB can be read by Linux, Mac, and Windows. SMB is the standard protocol for data transfer in numerous operating systems and allows you to back up directly to network drives. This works not only for PCs, but also for other NAS systems that support SMB. FTP, on the other hand, is supported by virtually every computing device for maximum convenience. Backup Central will help you easily create a job, enter your credentials, define source and target, and decide whether you want to copy or synchronize data with similar steps as in Rsync. But why all this? Online backups not only provide additional protection, but also more flexibility. You can connect multiple devices, back up data from anywhere, and restore data easily when needed. And with the right settings, it all runs automatically with no extra effort. There's a large range of backup types available, so there's something for every device and every user type. With Rsync, FTP, and SMB backup, you have two powerful tools at your disposal that expand your backup concept and bring you a big step closer to greater data security. Each has its own advantages, but in the end, the most important thing is that you back up your data regularly.